Real friendships are more important than you think. Yesterday I learned a valuable lesson, and I'm old, I'm 43. So I'm learning that lesson very late in life, and I thought I'd share it with you guys. Yesterday, one of my best friends came over with his wife and 2 children, and she's pregnant, so they're expecting a third in the next 3 months. She's 6 months pregnant. And we had a great time. I have not seen him in about a year, and I haven't seen his children in about a year and a half. So we both made an effort to get together finally. It wasn't ideal because my son wasn't here. He was at school, but we are planning to get the kids together in the next 2 weeks. But the big lesson is friendships are important, but not all friendships. This particular friendship, I realized that first is a childhood friendship. I've known him since 2nd grade. So basically, we've been friends for a lifetime. And I think that male friendships are usually built during your late teens and 20s. And we were able to hang out, party, do crazy things, struggle. We were able to do the things that help men bond. So going back to the importance of that type of friendship, I realized that I have to put more effort. I have lost friendships, but I will not lose his, because I've determined that he is one of 2 or 3 that I'm going to pursue this year. I'm going to make an effort to be the friend, to be the man that they need in their life, even though they might not be asking for anything, even they might not even be asking for time to hang out. I'm gonna go ahead and take the accountability of reaching out to them, setting something up where we can rekindle that bond again. Because it is important. I have met new people, don't get me wrong. I live in a new city, not too far from where I grew up. It's only 30 minutes really. It's considered the same, county, same city, but it's totally different. There's people here are completely different, and I have made new friends. But hanging out with my buddy yesterday, his name is Daniel, made me realize how important those friendships really are, especially during hard times. We're all going through something. I personally went through a divorce, and looking back, he was actually the only one there for my first birthday during the divorce. So my birthday's in June, and I was still in the matrimonial home at the time, and he's the only one that reached out and said, yo, I'm taking you out, let's go. And we went out for a daytime hangout, which I'd love to share that story in the future, because there were a lot of things that happened that day with my ex and with the dynamic that I would love to share with you guys who are either A, going through a divorce, or B, just want to be prepared for, female nature. But not right now. I want to focus on the importance of this friendship. And now he's having his 3rd child, and I want to be there for him. Yesterday we had a great time. I'm pretty good with kids. I'm all about sports and masculine endeavors when it comes to kiddos. So no matter how young, I taught them how to use the Nerf guns yesterday. They absolutely loved them. And I taught them how to play basketball, all in the span of a couple hours. So, that's why we're here. That's why we have friendships. That's why we align with other people. That's why we create masculine alliances. And that's kind of the message here. I've been a loner for a couple of years now, since the divorce really, because I realized that I was on a different path. Mindset growth. I was starting a new business, and now another new business. Like, people just cannot relate. And even with the gym, I'm very adamant with my schedule when it comes to nutrition and my fitness. So it was really hard to align with, of course, my old friends who are not all of them are into the same things, but even new people. So it is important, and I'm going to make more of an effort. And that kind of reminds me of my community Build, Run, Lift that I started last year. I'm gonna switch the name. I'm gonna really look into the format of how I wanna approach that. I wanna do in-person meetups that revolve around working out and sharing experiences with like-minded men. So I'm gonna work on that, I promise. And if you are local, you're welcome to join, and I'll use it as a wait list for the new one. I'll leave the links in the description. Or if you're elsewhere, in the future, if we get a big enough group, I'm willing to travel. So that would be super cool. That's kind of like the end goal of this whole thing, is to build a community, to be honest with you. Because as the business grows and I help more and more people, more connections will be made. A small conversation in the comment section might lead to a meetup, and then that might lead to a friendship. So what's the one action we can do today to kind of embed this into our daily routines? And I already try to make a phone call or a text every day to a family member. So be it my sisters, my mother, my father, etc., to reach out, say hello, maybe have a conversation. But I do that on a daily basis to make sure that I maintain and grow those relationships. But now I'm starting to realize that yes, my time is limited. If I don't put in that same effort for my friends, new or old, I will be alone. And that's not what we want. So it really does take some effort, and I encourage you guys today to start today. Just reach out to anybody that you really that you feel that you had a bond with, but you want to make sure that the bond doesn't completely dissipate, because once that happens, it's over. So one thing that I do want to consider here is that a lot of you guys might be in that lonely phase for either one of two reasons. A, you're going through a rough time and you've alienated yourself, or B, you never actually built up those friendships, those bonds. And I do want to encourage you guys to take a moment and put in a little bit of effort. If you need to rekindle a bond, a friendship from the past, do it. Trust me, it's worth it. And if you need to meet new people, take initiative. You can do a few things. You have online, go into the comment section. You don't always have to direct your comments in a comment section on social media, on YouTube, towards the creator. You can always ask and comment on other people's comments, right? You can talk to them. You can make connections with other people. I've done it in a business setting. I was part of a mastermind group for PBD, Patrick Bet David. And in that mastermind, during the Zoom calls, we had a chat on the side. And I actually made two very, very important friendships there, connections, relationships. One with my buddy Manny, who's a financial advisor. And we've created a very special bond, and we've been hanging out a few times per year. We always meet up at different business conferences as well. And my buddy Johannes, he lives in Panama. By the time when I met him during that on that Zoom call, he was actually living in Germany. So he travels all around the world. He does marketing. We work together with some of the marketing for one of my businesses. And these are great people that I've created a bond with, and I've been able to nourish that bond over time by keeping up with text and phone calls and meetups. So I want to encourage you to do one of those two things. Just go on the comment section, connect with people there. You'll never know what's out there. And also, make an effort to meet up in person. If you meet someone that's in your town, or maybe might be traveling to you, you really never know. So you gotta just try it. If you don't try it, you'll never know. All right? Peace, guys.